The fastest virtual racers from the UK and Ireland are competing for the life-changing opportunity of racing for real at the Dubai 24 Hours.
Yesterday they were just gamers, today they're drivers.
I've got a backstage pass to witness the unique driver selection process. Only 3 have made it this far, and the judges have one final challenge.
I just really thought we would have at this stage someone starting to take the lead.
It's kind of for our own credibility that they do well in the race against the other nations, and at the moment, I don't really get annihilated.
In just a few hours, only one gamer will be selected to race against the fastest guys from Europe.
Guys, this is the traffic challenge. So far, you haven't been in the heat of a race situation, but that's about to change.
The gamers will be let loose on Silverstone's 3-kilometre-long southern circuit, where they'll have to harness a 500 brake horsepower supercar.
Sharing the circuit with you will be 3 professional racing drivers. Your job is to overtake all of them.
Now, the racing's going to be close, so keep your wits about you.
The gamers will start in the black car at the back of the grid and must overtake all 3 cars in front of them. The risks are higher than ever. Any reckless driving will see them disqualified.
This is by far my favourite challenge yet.
This is a great challenge because they're in a sort of a racing scenario.
The instructors will be giving me feedback on their pace, their commitment, and just their demeanour in the car.
After a disappointing morning, the pressure is on all of the gamers to perform, and Des is up first. Des overtakes his first instructor in lap 1. He now has 2 laps to push for first place.
Have him, stick with it, Des, stick with it.
And it's one of those situations
good boy.
you've got to commit to that overtaking move, which is doing that.
Into lap 3, and Des has been side by side with car 2 for most of the race.
Guys, can we shut the door on him a bit harder, please?
He finally makes his move and finishes in second, having passed 2 cars.
Made a few moves early on, but the guys were actually quite defensive. They cut across the track and really blocked the line. They just didn't make it easy.
Up next, it's mechanical engineering student David Williams.
It's funny, my family, they're very adamant that I focus on my education. To be honest, I've experienced quite a bit of resistance towards becoming a racing driver and having the interest.
There's a scenario, there's a move.
David forces his way past the first instructor in just over a minute.
I think with your family, it's kind of a case of they know, or they think they know, what's best for you. So in a way, I want to kind of prove to my parents that, this is real and it's a genuine opportunity.
He's put under immediate pressure to defend his position and almost forces another car off the track. When they get to Dubai, over 80 cars will be on the track battling against them, and all piloted by world-class drivers. They have to handle the pressure of this dangerous racing environment. If David causes a collision now, he will end his hopes of winning the academy. Even the best drivers can crash. In this example from the Le Mans 24 Hour, experienced racer Alan McNeish loses control of his car and crashes at around 120 miles per hour. On impact, several tons of force could act on both the driver and the car. But amazingly, due to the vehicle's design, he walks away with only minor injuries. Fortunately, both the spectators and photographers were also unscathed. These days, car design plays a huge role in minimising injury to the driver, with most of the deceleration forces absorbed through a carefully designed chassis. In addition to this, a firm harness will keep the driver strapped into their seat. The HANDS device is a head and neck restraint system. By reducing the movement of the neck in a high-speed crash, it also reduces the forces acting upon it by 86%. Finally, the driver's carbon fibre helmet can resist up to 300 G of force, or 300 times its own weight.
Defend to the inside, please, make him work for it.
Good lad.
Yeah.
Coming into the final lap, and David goes for second on a tight corner. He makes it and pushes on to the lead car.
That's good, because David actually there did go bang down the inside. This is my corner.
He finally ends the race in second place, making 2 overtakes.
I thought you did very well there. Suddenly I'm in the middle of a race. Yeah, absolutely. And that's what it's like. That is as realistic as it gets.
I was concerned David wouldn't perform well on this, but no, did a good job, I think.
For me, David there, he got the closest. With Des, there was a bigger gap to the leader, and actually he did close that gap down.
You've got to kind of go for it, but at the same time, you've got so much around you just to be aware of.
Jack is the last driver to go.
You ready, Jack?
I'm ready. Lads, Jack's been the quickest one of my little team. Can we really make him work hard for this, please? Make him work hard.
He needs to make a move now. This is his opportunity to make a proper move now, make it stick.
1 lap in and he's still in 4th. At this point, both previous gamers were pushing for 2nd.
I expected him to move forward a little bit quicker than that, because he basically wasted a lap.
With just half a lap to go, Jack has made only 1 overtake. His lack of aggression has severely cost him.
That's it, game over, P3.
Yeah.
Massive adrenaline buzz, massive. You right? You guys?
Third, yeah.
Same with you?
Second.
All done.
Jack finishes the challenge in last place, over 4 seconds off the lead car. Des is in 2nd and David Williams in 1st, just half a second off P1. Only 1 gamer will progress to the next stage of GT Academy.
They worked so hard to get to this stage, but sadly, only one can go through, and we're about to find out which one of them is going to represent the UK and Ireland in the big race against the rest of Europe. So I'll leave you in the hands of Rob and Johnny.
Guys, I think we've all had an interesting journey, whittling it down to you final 3.
But as you know, only one of you can go through to the final stage of the Academy. If you'd like to make your way upstairs, on the bed as usual are the envelopes.
We're going to have to whittle this down to just 1. I think I'm going to start with David.
I'm never going to forget David Williams. As we came down into Brooklands backwards at 100 mile an hour, he ingrained himself on my hard drive. He's done really, really well with progression. I'd have that as his biggest positive point. Jack. Can we just immediately put physical fitness down as a negative? He is getting better. He's arrived at the Academy as quite a quick driver, and for me, he remains quite a quick driver.
Yeah.
Positives and negatives for Des. So this morning in the 370Z, Des was my fastest driver.
When he needed to do it, he was able to actually do it. So I think that was a very good thing on his part.
I am concerned about his reaction to pressure situations.
Oh, big misgear.
Yeah.
For David and Jack, the journey ends here. The gamer selected for the final race is Des.
Fist pump visible from pit wall.
The stopwatch never lies. We've gone with the quickest man.
That's one, Des.
I've used the word surreal all week, but this tops it all. To come back from almost elimination to win it, I mean, it's the best feeling.
I feel disappointed, but I can look back in the future and say, this is what I did at GT Academy, and people will be like, is that possible? Can you do that?
I genuinely felt that I had a chance, you know, so it's really gutting, but there we go.
I'm going to be having a race around the Silverstone Grand Prix circuit with the 5 other best guys from Europe.
Our role changes now into a pair of driver coaches. All we're trying to do now is help him learn to extract the most from the race car.
The guys want someone who's in control of the car, not someone who can just do a quick lap every now and then. And yeah, I think they found that with me.